Hello, everybody. Welcome to our exercise class today. If you were with us last week, welcome back. If you're new, welcome. We're really excited to have you. My name's Madison. I'll be leading our session today. To my left is Val, and over here is Carmen. So basically our layout today, we're going to start with a nice warm-up. Then we'll move into some circuits. It'll last like about 25 minutes, and then we'll do a nice cool down. So go ahead and make sure you have a nice sturdy chair just to use if you would like to do some exercises seated or for balance. Your TheraBands that we had passed out, and a water bottle nearby so you can stay hydrated. So we're going to get into our warm up. I'm going to start the timer. And we're going to start here with some neck rolls. Let's go down and around. And then we'll go ahead and switch directions here. Take it slow if you need to. Stretch that neck out. Couple more seconds. Now we're going to move into some shoulder rolls. Let's go up and back. Come back around. Up and back around. And let's take it the other way. So come forward and down and back. Forward, down and back. A few more seconds here. And let's move into some hip rolls. So spread these legs a little bit far apart and let's roll. Let's go in a clockwise direction to start. And let's switch directions. Let's move counterclockwise. Really stretch out those hip muscles here. Awesome. So we're going to move into some ankle rolls so you can keep this position. Use some balance if you need to, and let's just roll that ankle out. It's all right if you hear some cracks. We got some cracks in here. Awesome. Let's go ahead and switch ankles. A few more seconds. Awesome. We're going to move into a little bit more cardio. So we're going to do a step touch. Let's step out one way and tap and come back. Just for about 30 seconds. Let's get our heart rate up a little bit. Get the blood flowing. About 5 more seconds here. All right, now we're going to get into some marching. So get those hips up. If you want to make it a little harder, maybe push it a little bit faster, get your hip up further, but just go as high as fast as you feel comfortable. You can always be using that chair for balance if you need to. All right, we're going to get into a Zumba move here. So we're going to step out and bring our arm out with us. Step and step. This one's going to be about 30 more seconds. So keep it going consistent for as long as you can here. Doing great. About 5 more seconds. All right, we're going to get into some mini lunges. So go ahead and get next to your chair. One leg in front of you, the other one back. I'll do this from the side. Just going to go down. Tiny little lunges here. Start getting our legs warmed up. Doing great. Now let's switch legs here. Not going down too far. Awesome. Last workout here. We're going to just warm up our shoulders a little bit. So let's bring our hands in like we're going to clap. Keep breathing. And then let's bring our arms up above our head. Clap up top. Let's go for about 5 more seconds, and then we'll get a sip of water and get into our circuits. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Feeling warmed up? Now I am. All right, go ahead and take a sip of water. While you guys do that, I'm going to explain a little bit of what we're doing. So we're going to go through 4 exercises. They'll be about 45 seconds each. And then we'll take a 15-second rest after each exercise. We're going to go through those 4 exercises 3 times. So by the second time, hopefully getting a little bit more comfortable doing the movement, getting more reps in. So you will need your TheraBand for this. If you don't have a TheraBand, you can use a water bottle or a hand weight if you have one. You'll be following Carmen if you'd like to follow like an easier modification. That really just includes like more seated exercises or just ways to make maybe the TheraBand or the activity a little lighter. And then Val here is going to just be doing the version I explained. So 45 seconds each. I'm going to actually explain these first. So the first exercise, this is a lateral raise. So go ahead and we'll be standing on our TheraBand like so. And we're going to do a thumbs up. We're going to be at about a 45-degree angle. So not straight ahead, not out this way, but right in the middle. And we're going to raise them up. This is exercise number 1. You can start on either side you like, and this will be about 45 seconds. Next exercise is leg extension. I'll show you guys from the side to start. All we're going to be doing here is hold on to your chair for balance, and then we're going to take our leg and bring it back. Kick it back, not too far. Keep your pelvis forward. We don't want to see any of this. We don't want that. So we're not going to be going back too far. Really focus on squeezing your glutes here. Exercise number 3, side bends. Bring our hands behind our head and side bend down. That'll be about another 45 seconds. And then our last exercise is this lateral raise, but we'll do it on your other arm. So thumb up, about 45 degrees out. Sound good? Alrighty, let's get started. So 45-second exercises followed by 15-second rest. All right, ready? Let's get into it. Start with that lateral raise. So 45 degrees, thumb pointed up. Really focus on those shoulder muscles here. Carmen's modification, she's seated just for more balance. And here you can use your hand can be a little bit further on the band for less resistance. If you want it to be harder, standing up requires a lot more balance. And then you can put your hand further down on the band. So it's adding some more resistance. 10 more seconds here. Really focus on squeezing those shoulder muscles when you come up. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Let's get into our leg extensions. We have a 15-second rest. So go ahead and position yourself properly before we get started. Start nice sturdy chair for balance. Start on either leg you'd like. So in 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and kick that leg back, not too far. Bring that toe back down and touch. Really focus on squeezing your butt and your glutes here. So if you want this to be a little bit harder, you can hold at the top for a second and slowly come down. Really work in the back of your leg here. Go ahead and let's switch sides. So stand on your other leg. Bring that leg up and back and tap. Remember, we're not twisting too much like this. We're staying nice and forward. Awesome. Keep going. 5 seconds. You got it. And 15-second rest. Let's get ready for our side bends. You can do this seated like Carmen's going to be doing, just to have more balance, or you can stay standing. But let's put our hands behind our head. Nice balanced stance here. And we're just going to side bend each side. Really focus on sucking that core in, keeping it tight. This is a great exercise for these ab muscles. Ab muscles do a lot for you. They help with balance when you're reaching around and grabbing things. They keep you upright, so it's important to work those. These 45 seconds aren't so much about how much you can do in them. It's just making sure you're doing it for the whole 45 seconds, no matter how many reps you get in. All right, 5 seconds, keep going. Nice job. We got a 15-second rest, and then we'll get into our lateral raises on your other arm that you did, opposite arm that you did earlier. So for me, I did my right the first round, so I'm going to move over to my left. And same thing, let's have our thumbs up. We're not out here, we're not here, we're right in the middle. Don't need to go too high, we're not going all the way up. Go up just like you're reaching up into the cabinet, right? This is really working those shoulder muscles. Hope you're feeling it. Okay, about 10 more seconds. Keep going, you got it. Three, two, one. Awesome. And that is round one. We'll go through that circuit 2 more times. You guys are doing great. Grab some water. We've got 15 seconds. And we're going to go into lateral raises again, but on that other arm. 45 seconds. You got it. This round, maybe really focus on squeezing those shoulder muscles and those shoulder blades and the muscles in your back to really move that band controlled. Make sure you're coming up and down slowly. Don't let the band take you. Really control this resistance band. All right, we got about 5 seconds. We're going to get back into our leg extensions with our chair. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Go ahead and take that 10-second break and set up for our next move. Turn to the side. 3, 2, 1. All right. Leg back and tap that toe. Really focus on squeezing your butt muscles here. Remember, we're not going too far back. We've got a twist. We want to stay centered. Use that chair for balance. Let's go ahead and switch legs. So other leg now, let's come up and come back and tap. Got about 5 seconds left. Keep going. All right, awesome. Getting into our side bends. It's our nice core exercise, hands behind the head. And let's go down to each side. Really think about your core here. Flex those abs. Doing great. About halfway there. Keep breathing. I know it's easy to stop breathing during core exercise, but keep breathing throughout this. Maybe on every bend, get an exhale in. Awesome. Go to take your 15-second rest. We're going to set up for our lateral raise on the other arm. All right, 3, 2, 1. Nice and controlled movement here. Don't need to go too high up. Just need to make sure we're controlling the up and the back down phase. Doing great, guys. Keep it up. About halfway there. And we've only got one more circuit left before we move on to our next one. Doing great. About 10 seconds left. Keep it going. Keep breathing. Awesome. Go ahead and take 15 seconds. And we're going to get into the last round. So that's the lateral raise on your other arm this time. And let's go ahead and get after it. 45 seconds. Keep breathing. About halfway there. Nice controlled movement. Keep it going. Got 5 more seconds left. Last one. Awesome. Let's get into our leg extension. Got 15 seconds. Go ahead and get water whenever you need to. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Kick that leg back. Let's squeeze your glutes. Let's really focus on the muscles here this round. You don't need a huge movement here. Just a little bit goes a long way. Great job. Let's switch legs now. Go ahead and kick the other leg back and come back and tap. Five more seconds. Get a couple more reps in. Awesome. 15-second break before we get into our side bends. Really focus on the core muscles here again, our last round. Those hands behind your head. Start in 3, 2, 1. Let's side bend. This doesn't need to be a super fast movement. We're going to be slow and controlled. Come back up to center before you bend down the other way. Doing great, everybody. We're almost done. Keep it up. Let me check on our timer here. 3, 2, 1. Awesome job. We're going to get into our lateral raises on the other side here. And then that will be the end of circuit number 1. All right. Take a few seconds. And then in 3, 2, 1, let's raise. Remember that 45-degree angle in front of you, like you're reaching up in the cabinet. Don't need to go too high here. Just high enough that you can control the way up and down. Let's go 10 more seconds. All right, 3, 2, 1. Nice job, guys. Survived circuit 1. Good job. Alrighty, so go ahead and take about a minute rest while I explain. Grab your water, sit down if you need to. I'm going to explain our next exercises for us. So it's going to be the same layout, about 45 seconds each exercise with 15 seconds of rest after. And we'll go through our circuit 3 times. We have 4 exercises again. So our first one's going to be focused on our legs and our glutes again. So we're going to do hip abduction. So I'll show you from the front first. So you're going to stand behind your chair, and we're going to bring that leg out to the side. Hold on to that chair for balance. We don't want to be going craziness out here, but just enough. Nice controlled movement, and we'll do that on both sides. Our next one, this is a fun one. We're going to do some punches. So I want you to place your TheraBand about mid-back here, enough that it can kind of wrap under your arms like so. Go in and get a good grip. I'm kind of holding it in my hands like this. What we're going to do, if you want to do standing, we're going to get a nice good stance here, and we're just going to do punches. Nice little boxing workout here. And we'll do that for about 45 seconds. This is a really great ab workout, but also good for our arms, shoulders, and everything else. So after that one, if you were here with us last week, we did this core exercise. It was tough. So we're going to all be on our chairs, and we're just going to bring our leg up. Rotate legs each time. Carmen's doing a modification. She's keeping her knee bent. So you can do whichever one you'd like. This is a tough one. Really think about your core on this one. And then our last exercise here, we could do this one seated or standing. It's called a clock reach. So we're going to stand on one leg, and then with your opposite arm. So we're going to stand on this leg and use this arm to reach. Keep one hand on the chair. We're going to reach forward, middle, and back, and then back up. And then we'll switch sides. So if I'm standing on this leg, I'm going to hold to the chair with this leg, reach this one. Sound good? Carmen's going to be doing this seated. Still great functional exercise for reaching when you're in seated or standing position. Alrighty, last circuit. We'll do this 3 times. So we're going to start with our standing hip movement. Ready? And let's go. I'll do this from the side so you can see that as well. Hold on to our chair. Coming back, really controlled movement here. Don't need to go too high, but you want to get up there that you kind of feel that muscle be contracting. Kind of this muscle in your butt, but on the side is what's working here. It's great for balance. Let's go ahead and switch legs. Doing great. Nice controlled movements here. 3 more seconds. Awesome. Let's take our rest and get our TheraBands ready for our punches. Go ahead and get that band around you, under your arms. Stand. You can do this standing or seated. If you're standing, make sure you have a good stance. Here. Let's hold on to our bands and let's punch. 45 seconds. Keep it up the whole time if you can. Get that mean face on, like you're in a boxing rink. If you want to make this harder, you can grab the band closer to your body. That'll give it more resistance. Making it easier would be grabbing the band farther away from your body so there's less resistance on there when you punch. Do whatever you feel comfortable with. Just keep this movement going for about 5 more seconds. Awesome. Going to take that rest. And then we're going to get into our core exercise. Everyone should be seated for this one. It's a little tougher than it looks, I promise. So Carmen's going to be doing the easier modification with her knee bent, or you can stick along Try to keep that leg fully extended here. Keep this up for full 45 seconds. We got about 30 seconds left now. Rotating each leg each time we go up. Really focusing on that core to keep you balanced and get that leg up. Doing great. Keep breathing. I just caught myself not breathing anymore. Maybe exhale each time that leg comes down. 3 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Go ahead and take that 15-second rest. We're going to get into our clock reach, is what it's called. So if you want to do the seated, you can follow Carmen. If you want to stand up, I can show you from the side, and you can watch Val from the front. I'm going to stand on this leg first. So I'm going to reach this hand. Reach forward, side, back. Definitely be holding onto your chair for this one. It's a lot of reaching. And we're going to switch legs. So go ahead and stand on your other leg and use your other arm to reach. This is a nice whole body workout. We're working on our legs to keep us standing, our core to help us stay balanced and move around, and our arms here and shoulders are working to help us reach. Awesome job. 10-second rest here, and we're going to get back into our hip movement. So stand behind that chair. And 3, 2, 1. Let's kick that leg out to the side. If you want to make this a little harder, go and give it a little pause at the top and slowly bring it down. Pause, slowly come down. I know I'm feeling this one. Pause, slowly come down. Let's go ahead and switch legs. Same thing on this side. Let's try this pause and slowly come down. Don't need to go too far on this one. A little bit is going a long way, just like the last one. Doing awesome. 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Let's take our rest and get into our punches. Get that TheraBand positioned. Remember, you can do this seated or standing. Just like this in our mid-back, right under our arms. And let's get a good stance here and start going. Try to keep punching the whole time. Alternating hands here. Keep breathing. Maybe on every punch, give a little exhale. All right, we got about 10 more seconds left. Keep going. Three, 2, 1. Awesome job. 15-second rest. We're going to get into our chair, do our little core exercise. Let's focus on our core as much as we can this time. Our core is really helping us move these legs. All right, let's get into it. 45 seconds. You can hold on to this chair on the side. You can have your hands on your hips. Maybe try to feel that core working. Remember to breathe during this one. Maybe every time you bring a leg up, let's puff some air out. Always be grabbing water in between our workouts too. Stay hydrated. We're about halfway there. Keep going. Awesome job. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Great job, guys. 15-second rest, and we're going to get into our clock reach balance exercise. Take that rest, get that sip of water, and go ahead and balance on that one leg and reach with the other leg. Out to the side and back. Side, front. Be holding on to this chair if you're standing. Awesome job. Let's go ahead and switch legs. Stand on your other leg and reach with your other arm. Go as fast or slow as you want. Just let's keep controlled here. We got about 5 more seconds. Awesome job. 15-second break. And we got 1 more round, I think. Almost losing count. 1 more round of this. Let's push it this time, and then we'll get into a nice cool down and stretching. So we're going to start with our hip abduction here. Bringing that leg out. Maybe try a few reps, pausing at the top and coming down slow. Definitely be holding onto that chair. It'll keep you kind of standing straight and balanced. We don't want to be like this. Don't want that. You want to stay standing straight up. Just bring that leg out just enough. Let's go ahead and switch. Keep breathing. You're doing great. Awesome. All right, let's take our 15-second rest. Get ready for our punches. This is my personal favorite move. And let's get a good stance if you're standing up. And let's punch. Keep it going for the 45 seconds. And keep breathing as always. About halfway there. Keep it going. Doing great. 5 more seconds here. And we're going to get into our core exercise. Awesome job. Let's take a seat in our chairs. Going to take a few seconds of rest. Grab water if you need it. In 3, 2, 1. Let's get in those leg lifts here. Alternating legs, really thinking about your core working. Doesn't matter how fast or slow you go, just make sure you're getting that leg up and you're feeling it and that you're going for the whole 45 seconds. Doing great. We've got 1 more exercise after this and we're going to get into our cool down. So let's push it. Awesome job. 15-second rest here. And we're going to go into our clock reach, either seated or standing here. Let's focus on our balance. Oh, I forget which leg I do. Let's think about controlling this movement throughout. Thinking about how many times a day you reach for things, whether you're standing or seated. Let's go ahead and switch sides. Stand on that other leg and reach with that other leg now. About 5 more seconds left. Let's push it. It's our last exercise. And you did it. That concludes our exercises. We're going to get into a nice cool down with some stretches. And then we can take some questions if you have any. So go ahead and take a break for about a minute. Get that water Loosen up a little bit, get your heart rate down, and then we'll get into stretching, about 5 minutes of stretching. I know I need some water. We'll be using our chair for stretches. So make sure you're still by your chair. You can use it if you need to or like to. So we're going to get into a hamstring stretch. So for this one, you can follow Carmen if you would like to do it seated. Kick one leg out, kind of lean into it, or you can get on the edge of our chair and lean down. You really want to feel this in the back of your legs here. You can get on further if you're flexible, or you can stay up here. We're going to hold this for about 45 seconds. So after about maybe 30 seconds, maybe try to push it a little further if you can, if the stretch starts to fade. But we really want to hold these for about a minute if you do stretch on your own, just to keep your muscles flexible and feeling good. And if you're Carmen over there, make sure you're switching your legs about halfway through. So that'll be a now. Go ahead and kick that other leg out and stretch that one. Reach for your toes and lean forward. Doing great. I'm going to push it a little further now and go down to my forearms. About 10 more seconds. Definitely don't overdo stretching, but we want to make sure we're stretching long enough and that you're feeling it when you are stretching. Awesome. Let's come back up. Slowly get out of that stretch. Now we're going to move on to stretch the front of our legs. So if you'd like to do a standing stretch, I'm going to stand on one leg, use the chair for balance, and grab the other one here. I'm going to pull. If you're not comfortable with that or don't think you can get that leg up there, Carmen here is doing kind of a seated version. So she's on the edge of her chair, and she's really stretching out the front of her leg here. So she's sitting on the chair and then letting that other leg fall. Just pushing the stretch as far as you feel comfortable. Yeah, make sure you're switching halfway through. Right now would be about that time. Definitely be using chair for some balance for this stretch if you're doing it standing here. Doing great. Really feel that stretch. About 10 more seconds here. Maybe push a little further if the stretch's faded a little bit, but never overdo it. And awesome job. Now we're going to move into a figure 4 stretch. So everyone's going to take a seat on their chair. We're just going to bring this ankle to our opposite knee here. Really just stretch out these hip muscles. And we can lean into it to feel a little bit more. If you can't get your leg flat, you have Carmen here. Kind of, your knee doesn't have to completely go down, or you can kind of be pulling your leg towards you as well if you're not feeling it as much. Just really be feeling it in these hip muscles back here, whether you're leaning forward or pulling your leg towards you. Doing great. Let's go ahead and switch legs here. Bring that other ankle to your opposite knee. I'm going to pull this one in this time. Got about 10 seconds of this left. Doing great. I hope it's feeling good. Okay, awesome job. Now we're going to get into some arm stretches. So let's bring our arm up and back down. Let's grab our elbow. So from the back, got my hand like this, and I'm going to pull my elbow back. Sorry if it's a little louder now. You should really feel this like in your shoulder, in the back of your arm, like right here. All right, go ahead and shake that out, and we're gonna switch arms. So go ahead, bring your other arm back and grab that elbow and pull it behind your head. Don't do too much here, but just get that stretch in of your shoulder and that arm. Got about 10 seconds left. And awesome job. Go ahead and shake that out. We're going to do a behind the back stretch. So instead of going up, we're going to come back here, kind of hold that here. Carmen's going to show a little modification to that using the TheraBand. So you should really be feeling the stretch all in the front of the shoulder here. So what Carmen's doing is taking that TheraBand and kind of using that TheraBand to bring her arm up this way if you can't really get much motion there. She's still feeling that stretch. This is our last stretch today, so if you have any questions, start thinking. But we're going to go ahead and switch arms. So take that other hand, back of the hand to your back. Carmen's going to show you her little switch up. And she's pulling, using that TheraBand to pull that arm in up her back. Feel that stretch right in the front of their arm here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's it. So now we are ready for any questions you guys have. Thank you so much for logging on. This was so much fun.
Yeah. Thank you. It was great.
Thank you. I want to remind people, I'm going to send out the video of this and other classes in a minute, but there's an evaluation as part of that email. If you could fill that out to give our presenters some feedback on what you'd like to see next time, that would definitely help shape our third and final class next week. So I encourage people to fill that out. But if there's any questions, feel free to put them in the chat or ask them now.
Okay, this is Patricia, and I just wanted to comment on how terrific it was that you covered every part of the body. You know, the legs, the back, the arms, the neck. It was really wonderful. I felt like my whole body got a workout, and I feel good.
Awesome. Thank you for that. That's so good to hear. It's what we were aiming for. Thank you.
Yep, great variety. And also a great opportunity for people to do it modified or to make it more challenging if they want. So there's a lot of room to do the exercises in different ways depending on your ability.
Right, yeah. Having a TheraBand, it's really great. You can do a lot of modifications with those. So
yeah, terrific.
Great. Thank you. Okay, so next week it will be focused on spine and posture health. So it's going to be quite educational, but also we're going to do a lot of different types of exercises. So I really hope you guys can join us for that. But yeah, thank you for coming to this intermediate class. We had a really great time. So thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks again.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.